Hey, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. As promised, I'm going to start sharing a little bit of magic with you. Now, when I say magic, I don't want to mislead you into thinking that I give my power over to any specific types of entity. I grew up in a home where we learned all the rudimentary beliefs and exercises of the occult and basic witchcraft and what have you. And after I left home and moved into the adult world, I kind of distilled this knowledge into my own power, my own understanding, I guess is a better word. And what I believe witchcraft is and magic is simply using the power of our minds, the power of intent, taking that, focusing it with all of our heart and all of our energy to lead us to an answer, or lead us to what we truly want, what we believe we truly deserve. And the reason I say what I believe we truly deserve is because through my journey, I've seen a lot of awful people who had everything. And I saw a lot of many more wonderful people who struggle just to survive. And the only difference between these two people that I ever witnessed was that the people who had what they wanted and more than they needed believed they deserved that. So remember that when you're doing magic, when you're doing focused intent, when you're doing these exercises, if you're not ready, if you don't feel that you truly deserve it, if you truly do not believe that you deserve better, then you're wasting your time, because what you're going to get has nothing to do with the ingredients. It has nothing to do with a spirit. It has nothing to do with the devil, the god, a goddess. It has to do with this belief system that you have created internally. So right now, if you honestly don't believe that you deserve a home, a safe place to live, an affordable place, a beautiful place, a comfortable place, then you should just stop watching this video right now and start doing some work on yourself. That being said, I want to move into this. So going back to the idea, when you get really good at manifestation, you don't need anything. But because we are 3D people living in a 3D reality, and we have to have something to harness to in order to believe that things happen, the whole idea of magic and the ingredients in a spell helps us to focus our own mind's energy to create new things in our life. And often it's just becoming aware of what we actually want. Because if you don't write it down, if you don't really focus on it, if you don't go through the exercise, how can the universe give you what you want, what you deserve, if you don't even know what you want and deserve? So this spell I'm going to teach you today is how to get a home. I have actually sent bird nests to friends as gifts that were looking for a home. Sometimes, they were going through a divorce and were put in that position of being in between worlds, or a lot of different circumstances. Because a nest is a lovely natural object that symbolizes safety. It symbolizes construction. It symbolizes home. And so I'm going to walk you through this manifestation, this particular spell, and I hope it works for you. The number one thing you want to understand about magic and witchcraft is it's all about creativity. It's what you connect to. So if you go about something really half-assed, you're going to get a half-assed result. if you go about your spell really super creative and with a lot of intent and put a lot of energy into it, you will find that your outcome is, of course, going to reflect that. It's going to reflect your mind's energy. So what do we need for this spell? It's really basic. You need a bird's nest. Now, the thing is, you don't want to rob a bird of its nest, but there are certain times of the year that nests are abandoned and they're really easy to find. And you can tell when a nest has been abandoned and they're going to rebuild a fresh one anyways. You can do your research. It's not very often that a bird uses the same nest 2 years in a row. And if you swipe their nest, they'll just rebuild another one. This nest I made myself. So that's your other alternative. You can use grasses. You could even make one from fabric or yarn. It's the symbolism of the nest that's more important than the authenticity of the object. But I've always loved using a real bird's nest, and I made this as authentic as possible. Next, you're going to need a piece of paper and a marking pen and either some red fabric or red paper. The most important thing when you're talking to spirit or talking to the universe or manifesting is being really careful for what you wish for. You have to be as specific as possible. So you may not be even ready yet for the nest and for the other parts to put this spell together if you haven't journaled and explored what do you really want out of your home. So I'm going to write on the top of my paper, my home. I'm going to write, lead me to my perfect home. And then underneath that, I'm going to list the things that this home is going to have. It is going to be problem-free. Meaning it doesn't need anything fixed that I can't afford or can't do myself. Then, here's something a lot of people don't think about. The neighborhood and my neighbors are going to be wonderful, supportive people, friendly, and drama-free. Next, my home will always be affordable and give me the ability to actually live comfortably and save money. When I'm in my home, I will always feel safe and free of anxiety and danger, as if I'm sheltered in a cosmic nest. So you get the idea. You might be surprised the things that people don't think about. It's kind of like when people ask for a relationship. They're like, please God, or please whoever, I just want someone to love me. I just want him or her. And then they get exactly what they ask for. And the person turns out that they cheat on them, they're a drug addict, they're come with all this drama. Well, they only asked for a relationship. They never defined to the universe. They never defined to themselves what this person was supposed to be like for their greatest good. So the whole exercise in journaling, writing this out, what kind of home you want, is you want to be as detailed as possible. You want to put down that the utilities are affordable, that the air is clean, that whatever's important to you, that it's walking distance to places that you can shop. Whatever you want, it's super important that you get as detailed as possible because the universe loves to laugh at us. It's like a giant cosmic clown, and it will give you exactly what you ask for. And that can be dangerous. So I have my list, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to fold it 7 times. To the north, the south, the east, the west, up, down, within. 7 times, as tight as I can. Then I'm going to come over to my red cloth or my red piece of paper, And this isn't a necessity, but again, what are we doing? We're really trying to focus our energy and really be creative in manifesting a home. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut my paper into the actual shape of a house. My perfect house, my perfect house, my perfect house, my house. There it is. My house. Then you could add stuff inside of here because we're also going to put our note to the universe inside of this piece of paper or cloth. Look, I have my key already. My piece of paper. You could add a couple coins if you want to. You could, oh, we forgot to put how much we wanted to pay for the house. So you want to write the exact amount that you have to pay for the house and or less. Important detail. Those are the details that make magical things happen. Okay, now we're going to take our piece of cloth or a piece of paper and we're going to fold it again 7 times. Up. We'll go north, south, east, west, up, down, within. Then we're going to take a piece of string and we're going to bind this. And you can say whatever you want to as you're binding your spell. You can say, make my wish come true. Bring me the best house possible. Bring me a house full of love and light. Bring me a safe place for my family and friends. Lead me to my perfect home. Anything that comes up in your head that works right for you. If you need to speak to a god or a goddess or whoever you pray to, you just want to make sure that you get this really fastened really well. And again, if you want to work in 7s, I like working in 7s. And there we go. Then we're going to take this and we're going to place it in the center of our nest. And then here comes the fun part. We're going to take this nest and we're going to go out to a natural place. We're going to go out into a forest and we're going to find a place to put this nest. A place where it's safe and secure and sheltered from the wind, just like a bird would choose. And we're going to nestle that up into a tree or into the hollow of a log or a hole of a tree or in a briar patch. And we're going to say, for my greater good and the best of all, I manifest today the journey towards my perfect home. Find my home in the south. Find my home in the north. Find my home in the east. Find my home in the west. Bring the positive energies in my home from the up, from down, and most importantly, help me find my home from within. And you're going to take this nest, you're going to put it in there really secure, and you're going to forget about it. You're going to walk away and just forget about it. Now, here's the hardest part about manifesting. Once we do that, we leave that in that forest, and you're not going to return to it ever again. Be ready for the signs and signals. Be patient, but be ready, because often we get more than we deserve, or things come to us in a way that we just can't imagine. But if you're too fixed on a certain idea, a certain neighborhood, a certain style of home, whatever that could be, you could sabotage what really is in your best interest. And that's it. So that's the basics of finding a home spell. You can alter this, you can alter the words, you can alter the materials, but really it's just being creative and putting your mind's energy in a focus of whatever you need to achieve in your life, whatever you need to obtain in your life. without harming or affecting anyone else. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this really basic, rudimentary mind exercise, this spell. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the box below. This is my very first spell online, so I hope I don't have to disarm the comments because I don't know what's coming at me. And I'm sure I might even lose some subscribers because they're going to be freaked out by this. But you know what? You got to take those chances in life, and you have to believe in yourself, and you have to be authentic, because at the end of the day, you need to look at yourself in the mirror, not someone from the internet. So please take care of yourselves and take care of each other, because how we treat each other on the streets, that's our ultimate reality. And if you like my quick money-saving tips, organic gardening, mushroom hunting, wildcrafting, art, and occasional magic, please subscribe. It helps. Bye.